Tell me you're fat without telling me you're fat.
I'm not quite sure why I'm exposing myself like this, but I have sat on 3 of my friends' beds and broken one of the wooden slats underneath. So yeah, I don't sleep around people's houses anymore.
Finding ice cream to match my outfit. It doesn't really match. I literally have no idea what this is supposed to taste like. But you know I ate.
Start out with the obvious. When we order a PET scan, what is a PET scan? They tell you to not eat, and they give you radioactive glucose. And they're looking, the end result is to look for cancer cells that light up. Because what do? They eat sugar.
So it's like a Christmas tree lighting up in your body.
So a PET scan will pick up anything about 5 millimeters and above. So a PET scan is proof of concept that cancer cells eat sugar, okay? I think some eat more, some cancers eat more and some eat less. It is sugar is just a big problem to begin with. So cancer cells have what they call insulin-like growth factors on their membrane, and that's one of the many markers on a cancer cell. So cancer cells, they love sugar. So sugar needs to be eliminated from your diet. Number 2, cancer thrives in a low oxygen environment called an anaerobic environment. Anaerobic means without oxygen. Also, the environment of cancer is acidic. So we want to change that. Then the 4th thing is there's usually an emotional component to every patient's cancer system.
These foods I would never eat, and here's why. The standard American diet consists of this right here. All fake foods, all processed foods, and this is what they sell us at fast food restaurants and even regular restaurants. Foods that are harming our bodies. Here is the chart for the American diet. And look at this, at 53% is processed foods. This is what's harming our bodies right here. Foods like this. Food we are being served are acidic foods. And this is only a little list. If you want to know what parts of the body are being harmed from acidic foods, there's a whole list right here. It's literally so much. The United States isn't even top 30 or 40 for life expectancy. Legit at 46. But we're supposed to be the best country in the world. This is why it's so important to watch what you eat. It's not all about eating foods that taste good to you. It's about eating foods that makes your body feel good. Because once you make that switch, start eating healthier foods, start caring about your health, I'm telling you this right now, you'll feel much better. You'll probably never get sick again. Because foods like this get you sick.
So I'm on about week 2 of quitting sugar, and I wanted to talk just a little bit about what's happened. And before you freak out or type something, you need to know that my mother died of pancreatic cancer when she was 50 years old, and that is a direct correlation to how much sugar you consume. It's a direct correlation to insulin resistance and estrogen dominance. So this is kind of all part of my hormone healing process, and the risk of women in their 30s who have a direct familial cancer link with pancreatic cancer, getting it and dying in their 30s has increased by 400% over the last 2 years, which I think is due to how much sugar we're eating. And I had a scare at the start of the year. So this isn't about weight or beauty or body image. This is actually life or death. And I have really gone for it. I've gone completely sugar-free. But end of my 2nd week, and yes, I've had a lot of headaches. I'll still eat some fruit, especially berries, a little bit of banana, a little bit of pear and things every now and then, but just being really aware of how much sugar is in the different fruits and maybe what are different ones for me to take. This has come from the scare. It's come from balancing my hormones, learning about estrogen dominance and how that affects insulin, and wanting to support my body in the best way that I can. And obviously this means that I've had to let go of a lot of Ayurvedic foods and Ayurvedic principles. All of those lovely sweet things like dates and honey and all of this stuff that is meant to be really calming, I've had to let go of it. I'm of course still eating some Ayurvedic stuff and following Ayurvedic principles, But one thing that I have noticed, probably the biggest thing that I think I've noticed so far, I think probably after day 8, maybe, I had this drop down moment of extreme calmness. So I'm a meditator, I'm a yoga practitioner, I do sadhana every day for a few hours, and this was like nothing else. This was incredibly grounded, clear. I just feel like I've stepped off of a roller coaster. I'm not as reactionary, I'm not as stressed or agitated or worried or affected, and I just feel like I'm almost, I think it will take a few more weeks, but I feel like I'm coming towards my baseline. So if you've been thinking about quitting sugar, if you have any questions or thoughts, let me know. And if you'd like me to share some recipes, I can do that too. I'm definitely not restricting myself. I'm making a lot of really yummy, sweet kind of dessert things, and I'm enjoying them. I don't feel like I'm restricting at all.
Oh no! Cringe!
Make it drop, that's some wet, that's some wet.
Rumor has it he's the one I'm leaving you for. I'm begging you, put your loving hand out, baby.
Stop posting your fat fucking selves on TikTok. I'm sick of seeing all these fucking rolls.
I don't see how you can hate from outside of the club. You can't even get in. Leg out.
So some of you guys know this, and some of you don't. But I'm a Girl Guide leader, and I've been in Girl Guide since I was 4 years old. So I've been in guiding for 23 years. Now, if you know anything about Girl Guides, you would think that the leaders who do the Girl Guiding are smart, right? Well, unfortunately, that's not always the case. And one thing that I'm just so fucking tired of is working with leaders who are fucking stupid. And then on top of that, you're not even able to even tell them what they're doing is wrong or stupid, because then that jeopardizes the girl's, future, or the group's future, because you gotta keep it PC and shit and just wait for the dumb leaders to wash out. But you would think that they'd be smart, but unfortunately most of them aren't. Most of the leaders who I've encountered are not smart, and it's really frustrating working with them for guiding. I don't know if this is another hot take, it could be, who the fuck knows, but I don't understand why people just trust what everyone says, without proof or actions. I'm not gonna go out there and just believe every fucking thing everyone says to me. Oh, you can trust me, okay, cool, prove it. Prove it. Do something that is going to make me trust you. You can't just automatically trust everyone. Otherwise, that means, then your trust means nothing if you trust everyone and you believe everyone. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it that when fat people advocate for their own spaces where they can exist safely, people think that that is gatekeeping? I'm really confused how that one adds up, 2 + 2 is 5. Make it make sense.
I will look for you. I will find